Sure.
Okay.
This is a personnel meeting. Right now it's 5 o'clock, Monday, January 24th. This is Ravian, and I'm going to call the meeting to order. So 5 o'clock. And in attendance here is Maria M.
Here.
Okay.
Here.
All right. So first item on the agenda is the approval of the January 15, 2022 Personnel Committee meeting minutes. And then do I have a motion to approve those?
I need to go look at them.
Okay,
Oh.
go ahead.
So on the minutes were, because I did them, we discussed the,
Yep, I'm looking right now.
job description. It was not a closed session, you know. I did not put out the agenda, but I will take the minutes.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah, I will make a motion to approve the minutes.
I will second.
Okay.
All in favor?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. Item approved. We'll move on to the next. So that next item is review of the library director job description. And so do you? Okay. So I pulled my copy up, and it's down to 2 pages. One thing that I heard from Maria was that is there going to be an issue that we are much, much different than what she had previously with other libraries? Much different than what she had previously with other libraries. And
Well, I just feel like maybe we need to make sure she then also approves being able to work with this. I mean, that was my major thing. So as long as she looks at this and says everything that she had written up in that, I think that's totally fine.
if we agree on this, can we share it with her later today, you and I?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Why don't you share with her at the next meeting and say, this is what we're thinking?
Yes.
The point was to make
When
it
we
more
meet with
concise.
her? At
Yes,
5:30?
I agree. And I
Okay.
think we had already agreed that we wouldn't
Share
do it
it.
at tonight's board
Right.
meeting. So,
Right.
and it's not on the agenda. So,
Yep. I'll
okay.
mention it. I'll
okay.
mention it as one of the things we've been working on,
Yep.
and then that'll be presented next month.
I assumed, I guess that was my question, do we envision this then going kind of back to her for some sort of acceptance or approval, or do we just tell her this is what it is, or does she, that was
I think
kind
we
of
should,
my,
yeah, I think, my inclination would be to go back to her and say, we took what she had, we tried to make it more concise.
right,
We think this encompasses everything, but of course, if there's something that she thinks we're missing,
exactly,
that is an essential job duty, we need to know.
yes,
Okay. We
Yeah.
can
And then once we
discuss
have
that.
approval from her, she's like, no, if I think this covers, thinking about more specifically,
Okay.
then I would go to the board and say, this is what we're recommending.
right.
Got it.
After
What I
all
don't
that
wanna
back
do-
and
yeah, what I
forth,
don't-
then we present a final, right.
What I don't wanna do is go to the board, go to her and find out from her if there's something that.
So we need her
missed.
approval first.
Yeah,
So
or
it's shared. with
yes, her feedback on our revision, so,
her. I think kind of what I told Maria was that I just think the other ones, people just weren't looking at them. And so they just kind of got sat there and they were like, okay, let's keep using it.
Mhm.
Until now we're like, okay, this needs to be updated.
I totally agree. And looking at all those other ones, I think all those other
Probably could be
library
updated
boards
too.
can probably be doing the same thing, but,
So Maria, you saw some errors with
not really
grammar?
errors, and I am not,
No worries. But if you see
I know
something,
you were like, so read that, okay, under
Which
essential duties and responsibilities, that first bullet point, to me it reads awkward, acts as administrative officer to the library board, including by preparing agendas and reports.
oh yeah, that
Do we just
sounds
wanna
weird.
take out the by, including preparing agenda items? I mean, it's
Yeah.
just that kind of thing,
Yeah, no problem.
And then,
What's the next one?
so no, this was just a question for the two of you.
Mhm.
We can totally keep this. So the second bullet point includes annual action plans, and then the third bullet point also includes
All the same kind of
annual plans and goals, but I want to make sure, let's see, multi-year strategic planning is the second one. And then this third one is elections.
Yeah, I thought there were two different things.
Yes,
I thought one was planning and implementation, and then the other was actually, so working with us to actually plan and
right.
implement.
One was strategic plan and the other one was library operations.
And
Okay.
actually trying to implement.
Okay,
Okay.
then I'm totally fine. I just, was going through
Yeah,
and
yeah.
seeing.
Good things. I'm glad you're looking at it closely. Thank you.
And then that third one, reviews program areas, implements changes or new programs to meet library needs of the community. The library needs of the community. Read a little awkward to me, but what we're I know what we're getting at.
Can
Do
we
you see
just-
that?
It should be library needs, it should be to meet needs of the community.
You
Not
see,
to say
that's
library needs, I
right.
think say reviews program areas, implements changes, or new programs to meet the
Needs of the community. Yeah, that was my question. And like I said, Bravian, you were typing this in as we were saying it, so I'm sure it was just a matter of maybe.
Okay. So I wrote.
Do you agree with that?
No,
Do you
no,
see what?
yeah,
Okay.
I can be very much more concise. I'm fine
Okay.
with that. To meet the community needs, is that fine, or you want?
Just eliminate the word library, fourth bullet point.
I just
To meet
took out a
needs
bunch.
of the community.
So I wrote all that, and then I have to meet the community needs. That's it.
Sure.
All right. Next one. Anything?
I think, yeah.
Anything stands out to you, Judy, that I should stop before
The rest
I keep
of
going?
it, I mean, the
Well, question I have is
changes
the formatting
that.
under licensing and certification, should that be a heading and not, is mine showing up as a bullet, is that a heading?
It shouldn't be a heading. I can make it smaller, like as it's all like capitalized.
Yeah,
it
it's
was
all
for
capitalized,
something
that can
else.
just be on my copy.
I just need to make it smaller. I had moved it from another
Oh,
section.
yes, I saw that too, but
So I made it. So I took it all
Just-
out of caps, and now
Sure,
it's just
okay.
licensing and certification is determined by da da da. Okay.
anything that I saw was not like changes to what we were saying, it was just cleanup.
Yeah, no. It'll look more sleek.
Yeah.
So that's fine. Sleek.
Yeah.
So that's fine. Anything else, ladies?
It's pretty much what we talked through. I'm glad we had one more chance to look at it though.
Yeah. Okay. Do you see anything, Judy?
The
before I
only
keep going?
thing I'm wondering about is, should that licensing and certification bullet be before the other qualifications as determined by the library board, which is sort of a catch-all?
Before the graduation piece at the
You know,
top.
we see we have qualifications and we have licensing and certifications as the last one.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if it should be the second to last one. Other qualifications.
Oh.
Or
would
the
be
second one
Or the second,
after,
like,
or
I-
the college, the master's
I
degree,
guess,
the
yeah.
certification,
Yeah, maybe
and
the
then the
second
rest. What?
Yeah, but the other qualifications I think should be the last one.
Oh, yeah.
Got it.
Any
Okay,
other
so I'm gonna
duties
move the
as a-
licensing one to number 2.
Sure.
And then everything else bumps down.
Sure.
And then everything else bumps down.
Sure.
Okay. So my computer here is telling me that master's is a small m. I didn't think so, but where it says master's
A
degree.
master's degree.
Because, no, but it says master's degree in library science.
Yeah, and it's telling me to put master's
Should the whole
as
thing
a small
be
m.
capitalized degree in library
Oh.
science? I don't know. I'm not really.
Like put library science as capital.
Yeah.
You're the university professor.
Oh my gosh!
Radian.
I just
what should be?
sent my grant in, and this lady just tore it up for me. But it was good. It was good. Good
Okay.
grammar things that I should be doing differently.
Yeah, I don't know how that's typically printed out. Master's degree in library science. Would that
Here, let
be
me-
all caps?
We'll Google it in a second.
Master's degree.
I have another question. I'm just reading these all again. So let me know when you're ready.
Oh, everywhere I keep looking, it is not capitalized.
Like all those words?
All those
Oh.
words are small.
Okay.
Let me
There you go.
change that back. Okay.
Well, I
when
think
you're
if
ready.
you have a master's degree, you should be capitalized, but I guess that doesn't,
I'm looking at the first bullet point under essential duties that starts with assures.
Okay.
There's 2 of them in a row. This is the first one.
Assures under essential duties.
Yeah, assures that assigned
Oh,
area
yes.
responsibility of performance and budget.
Uh-huh.
Performs cost control activities, monitors revenues and expenditures. We say in assigned area. Why do we have in assigned area? Shouldn't it just be monitors revenues and expenditures to assure sound fiscal control.
I think is that, but assures
Which
that
area are you
assigned
talking
areas
about?
of responsibilities are performed within budget. I'm wondering if she's saying like, if we were thinking like revenues and expenditures in the children's area, in the young adult area, in the outreach area.
See,
So
the way I read it was like, it was her assigned area, like what she's responsible for, what she's responsible
Like what
for.
she assures that assigned areas of responsibility.
Can we say monitors revenues and expenditures in specific areas of the budget?
Yeah, like I don't know what that is, you're right. Like assigned areas of responsibility, is that of the staff or her, or is that what you mean?
Yeah, like expenditures in assigned area. It's not really her assigned area. I think what it means is that, like Carrie's area, right? Like she's
Right.
monitoring it.
Right.
That's why I was wondering if we should say monitors revenues and expenditures in.
Library, well, I don't think they're departments. I don't think they're
No,
considered departments.
And they're not funds really, 'cause there's like no
No,
children's
no, I
fund.
agree. Like, I don't think the children's, I mean, they probably are given
That's why I was
like a
wondering if
budget
it's-
or something, but it's not like broken down
Well, that's why I was
into.
wondering if we need it in assigned area. Can we just say in general monitors to assure sound fiscal control?
What would you call those? Like the youth, the children's, the,
Different programming.
well, but they're not just, it's not just programming, it includes materials too, and you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
what do we call the children's area?
Divisions, department,
Yeah, I know,
divisions, department.
yeah, I know, are we structured, is she structured as like departments? I mean,
Did we get that right on her old one? Is that what she suggested? Maybe we asked her what she meant by that. And how she would refer to it.
right. That's what I was wondering if we wanted to. Because I think that's what she's getting at when she included
But she might
that
have a
one.
better word for it.
Right, right.
Okay, I'll highlight in assigned area to see what she says.
Gotcha.
Okay, and then we have a typo in the willingness to maintain skills. That's third from the last one in the
Bullet point.
functions. Willingness to maintain skills, I think it's in listed above mentioned areas. And do we want to once again performs other duties as assigned by the library board? We want that to be the last one.
Yeah.
I think that should always be included.
Yeah, I'm gonna drop it down to the last. Does that need to be under any other area? The other ones. Okay, so we only have two big groupings like that.
Yeah, and can I just tell you that I do not like the fiscal demands. Really the fiscal demands for job.
I know, I talked to Dana at the city
Yeah.
about that a little bit, and she said, in a lot of job descriptions, there were some, I wanna say like standard type
Yeah.
of, things that just need to be,
Yeah.
things that just need to be included. And I don't know if that's an OSHA thing, or if that's a liability thing, or,
Well, I mean, it's
Or-
probably related to like disability accommodation and showing what essential functions are.
right,
But the thing is, I'm not sure we really validated it to show that all of these are required.
right.
I guess we leave it. I mean, this is what she suggested. She's most familiar
Jennifer,
with it.
right,
Yeah.
right.
She's most familiar with the position.
Do you want me to highlight yellow to bring
Maybe
this up
just
to
ask her
her?
to confirm that she thinks those are the.
Physical
Physical
demands.
demands, yeah.
Okay.
Or did she just like click those into her
Yeah.
because click those into her
Yeah.
because it's
Everybody
like a
else does.
standard, you
Yeah.
know. I wonder if you looked at your job description, if it would be
Right.
in your job description.
Right.
Um,
Okay.
because I'm also, well, we don't need to get into it if we had a,
Is there or some the way it's being said? Like, could it be said in out
How
so
many
many?
pages are we down to? at this
We're
point?
still down to 2, but there's a lot more white space.
that work environment one cracks me up, and that's the one that's like, the noise level in the work environment is usually quiet to moderate. Why does that need to be? description too. It's
either.
like, that's the kind of thing that I feel is just like cut and pasted, but it's not, you know, I do think that that's probably in every library director's job description, but it
That's
cracks
funny.
me up,
Yeah, right.
you know. We want a loud library here. No.
Well, now they're changing. It's more community instead of just being quiet
yeah.
in here.
And what does that have to do with, you know,
I
like
look.
but I'm not suggesting we do
I do
anything
job
with that,
descriptions all
but
the time, and I'm not sure if we always have work environments in there, but
right.
Or the
right.
noise level. Like
Right. I know.
I'm just gonna highlight it yellow and ask
Yeah,
her.
yeah.
Okay. Anything else jumps out at you?
Do we want to put that performs, okay, so it would be the fourth under essential duties and responsibilities, right above physical demands, the fourth from the bottom. Do we want to put the performs other duties as a library board last under, to keep it consistent with all the categories?
For the work environment or the
No,
the
this
essential
is under
duties, I thought we were
essential
doing that.
duties. So under qualifications, we have other qualifications as determined by the library board as the very last thing.
Yep, and then
Should
the
we
very
put
last is perform
other duties as assigned by the library board as the absolute last thing? I mean,
Yeah,
just for
I moved it.
consistency and,
Mm-hmm.
you
Yep,
know.
I moved it. It's all the
Okay.
way at the bottom.
Perfect. I think it looks good.
Okay. So then we'll share it with her.
Mm-hmm.
Do we need to have a meeting after she approves it? Or it's done.
What if she gets back to you, Ravian?
Mm-hmm.
And if there's something super major, I mean, if she adds 35 more things back in, then we add a meeting. But I feel like we put
I
in
think
a
we've-
lot of time,
several meetings for this.
several meetings for this, and I'm not gonna jump at let's have another meeting
I don't
to
think so.
approve it.
No.
Okay.
I know that we can't do an email meeting, and I get, so that's why.
I can handle it with her. And so if it's
If you feel
minor
like-
things,
Mhm.
then I'm okay because we took out a bunch. And so now she
Right.
just needs to say, is she okay with this?
Right.
Okay, got it. All right.
She's not gonna introduce something new. It would just be
No.
putting in something that maybe she had in one of the previous things, which we've all seen, and even though we maybe thought didn't need it, if she really feels like she needs it in, do we, all three of us need to meet to say, okay, we can have it back in, or can we
Okay.
just,
At this point, I'm not going to
yeah,
ask for another meeting.
okay.
So, this, we're just saying,
No.
okay. All right, so we can move on to the next thing then, right? On the agenda?
Yes.
Okay. So we have no selection for future meetings right now. The next time we would meet would be
Just
late
TBA.
fall or something.
TBA,
Yep, TBA.
TBD.
Okay, so I make a motion to adjourn this meeting at 5:19.
I will second.
All right, motion carried.